Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome back to the channel. My name is Prosec and welcome back to Bingo Winter 2023. We're going to get right into our next one here, which will be Super Mario Sunshine Triple Bingo being run by JeffCompass. Take it away, my friend.
Alright, hello. Thank you first of all, thank you guys for having me. So yeah, this is SMS Bingo. We have some cutscenes ahead of us. So I think I will explain a little bit of the run then. So let's get started here. So let's start. So Mario Sunshine and Bingothon have a pretty long-standing relationship. So wanted to keep that going a bit. Here we are. So non-lockout bingo, as you imagine, is not anywhere near lockout bingo. There's no everyone can click on the same scores. So it might seem kind of weird to be doing it solo, but I'm considered one of the better, if not the best, non-lockout player, and I really want to explain it and do a commentary on it and show you guys it, because it really hasn't been done in this vein before. I play a lot of non-lockouts by myself, honestly.
No, boys, don't touch that
and
stuff.
try to get really good at this format offline, even when we're not doing tournaments. So yeah, we have the SMS cutscenes. Some call them famous, some call them infamous. And during this time is when we're going to be looking at lines to route with. So this is triple. We're going to have 3 lines.
I am most concerned with the well-being of the
This
princess
card
in
looks
dreadful
not
heat.
great.
Master Mario, if you would, cross over to that shore
but
and find some assistance.
I don't believe in rerolls, so we're gonna have to figure this one out together. And by together, I mean me. But so the first thing I like to look at when I card is just try to imagine how many shines there are. You typically want to be around. On a low end, you can probably get to 17, maybe 16 physical shines. High end is probably 24, 25 shines. Now this is going to be one of those cards that I think is a little more at the high end. Looking at it, doesn't look particularly comforting to see. Yeah, this card sucks. So this should be interesting, but you know what? That's a true test of versatility.
Proceeding with user instruction.
Yeah, I'm like trying to navigate this one. This one's a little rough.
If you press the R button all the way down, you can stop and shoot. You can then use the control stick to aim in any direction. Press the X button to switch to the hover nozzle. You can then press the R button to hover in the air for a short time.
And 25 gelato, so that takes up about half the card.
If this tank is empty, no water
but I think it's
can
something
be sprayed.
So, looking at column 4,
To refill tank, enter a
I just said
body
25
of water
gelato was
and
bad,
press
but
the R button.
that is a turbo nozzle unlock. That is something to consider at least. So I might be
Instructions
considering
complete.
something in the vein of
Proceed.
column 4. To start this off, but I'm not too sure if I'm in love with column 4. Jeez, I am not particularly thrilled I got this card. No, we are going to power through. I put the estimate. Get cards like this. World record for a lot too. Anyway. You guys know I'm talking about the world record. So anyway, in terms of combos, I'm starting to think something like row 1 and column 1 maybe could be good together. You get 6 piano shines, and Pianta 3 damage less, 5 Serena shines, and Serena 3 no clipping merges pretty well with that. It's tough to say if there's really a good third line.
I am Flood, glad to meet you.
It might just. Ugh. This is such a miserable card. Now, could do 5 uniques maybe with this. The problem with unique bosses, is they don't typically work great with Pianta, especially 5. But on this card,
you
I'm
are
kind
no
of
doubt
seeing
aware,
this
someone
something
has
I
been
have to do,
senselessly defacing
to
fair
be completely
Delfino
honest.
Isle using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with
card.
polluting our beautiful home.
Tough card to
and
consider
yes,
here.
endangering our very way of life.
I think it was the 5 uniques. I could get 5 Serena. It's 2. It's 2 of the 5 uniques if I do King Boo.
Though it is daytime in
You get 1 from Bianca, 1 from Pinna, 1 from Rico. So that would make it...
Expert shrine scholars have determined
that would be 5. So I'm considering something in the vein of row 1, column 1, column 3.
The shrine sprites have
it's a
vanished
little
from their
needy.
gathering
Let me
spot
take out
at
my
the shrine
good old
gate. The reason?
notepad here. So I like to type out the amount of
Quite
shrines I think I'll be doing.
This horrible graffiti
In this case,
is
it's
to
kind of a
blame.
lot, admittedly.
Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on
but maybe
eyewitness
not
descriptions.
that.
The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits
let me
among
I'm typing this out.
It is none other than Mario.
Just to see.
Overruled.
Kind
I
of
judge the defendant guilty as charged. I hereby order the
thankfully,
defendant to clean this entire
I would need to
island.
get Yoshi, actually,
Until Isle
so.
Delfino is completely free of his vile
necessitate
handiwork, Mario shall
5
not be
pin
allowed
shines.
to leave.
So with this current route, I'm at,
Adjourn.
I think, 22 shines. Which would be row 1, column 1, column 3, which is not particularly good, but on a card like this, it is something I have to consider. Just because I don't think we're going to do too much better than 22 shines. I'm looking it over to see if I'm missing anything, but I don't think I am.
It is a shine sprite.
So I think we're probably just gonna go with this, just for the sake of the marathon. There's probably some better line out there, and sometimes I do switch to it. Sometimes I do find a better line and just switch to it instantly while playing. So I will be sure to alert you guys if I do that. Now something like row 5, I really want to try. The problem is I don't necessarily see 3 turbos in this route. I see at most 2, especially with the lines I'm trying to consider, which makes 3 turbos is really probably the most difficult goal on this card, to be completely honest with you. It's just a difficult, goal. So I'm gonna open up Bianco here. One safe thing you can do is just always do, you know, a shrine that you know you're gonna be doing. Like I know I'm probably gonna have to do Bianco 2 on this card.
And remember, we'll be watching you, pal.
I will do Bianco
We'll
2
know if you
real
start
short
slacking
here.
off.
Typically most runs start with this unlock anyway. So a good non-lockout time, you know, anywhere between... It's tough. A good non-lockout time can range anywhere between sub 50 to sub 1. If anything beyond that, either the card is bad or it's maybe not the best time in the world. In this case, I don't think I will be getting sub 1. Moving on for this blue here, doesn't really get it. Now you'll see in my line, I don't necessarily have any too many blue goals, but it is good to grab. I might end up making Filipino blues a 15 from 3 location, 15 blue points from 3 rolls.
Princess, look!
That's going to merge really well with 4 fruit ladies. I'm not overly convinced by my route, admittedly, but I'm not seeing a lot better. It might just be one of those things we're gonna have to roll with here, which does happen in non-lockouts sometimes. We are at the mercy of RNG format, but I'm kind of glad we got something chaotic. I think that'd be more fun than this game because we're gonna get the link here. It's a functionally fun strat. You're gonna find a non-lockout. There's a lot of strats carried over from 20 shines, 100%. Doing this link here. Good old 120 strat. Side flipping is not a 120 strat. Alright. This link, I will be targeting 8 links. So that is the reason I'm grabbing that. Just also considering it for a 53 location. So one thing that's bad about my route is I'm doing 5 Serena shines, 200 coin shines, and 4 fruit. Which is not grand. Thank you for the good luck, Juan. Don't know if I should be reading chat or not. It's not a problem if I do. Alright, so let's head over to Bianco 2. I'm gonna be scouting the card during this last cutscene just to see if there is anything better we can switch to. Grab this M. I don't think I need this M, to be completely honest. That rhymed. Pretend like I intended it. Yeah, I just don't see... See, there's a lot of Bianco in this card, but not a lot of Bianco that's necessarily, like, smart. You know, there's not a lot of Bianco benefits on this card. I guess 4 red coin shine episodes, Bianco 8. Okay, I can read and interact with shine. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done a solo comm. So I'm planning to do row 1, column 1, and column 2. I don't think it is the best, to be honest with you. But I don't know what is the best. It is kind of a chaotic card. There is a lot of goals that just make it super difficult. So it's about 22 shines, I think. And that's fine because 30 shines is in there. 22 shines is like a teeny bit higher than average, but it's actually not super high. It's not as high as you think. For another lockdown. Now, granted, 2 of those are going to be Hundo, and 1 of those is going to be King Boo. Maybe we'll be seeing. I spilled water on my controller. That's cool. Alright, so next up, we are going to be doing Bianco Hundo. I used to have world record in the shine. I don't anymore. So, that's the only story. It's the only story I have with this shine. You guys need to read out any donations? Feel free to do this while I get this started.
We have had just one come through. That is from Zet. The donation is the tune of $17, saying, as promised $1 per achieved goal in the last run. Pokemon are stored in their balls. Yes, they are. And that has gone in part towards adding $2 towards the Illusion of Gaia randomizer triple bingo, defeat Dark Gaia, upgrading to a blackout bingo, and some of that has gone towards adding a 4th row to this very bingo, which puts us a mere $15 away from achieving that goal and seeing a bit more Mario. Alright, that out of the way, take it away.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think it would be too hard to do a 4th row on this card. Because of how much, actually it might. I'll just start thinking about it if it ends up happening. But we're gonna grab the link in the middle here, so not just doing a straight up Bianco Hundo here. Always good to be versatile when it comes to it. I don't think I'm gonna be making Bianco a 15 from 3 location. I think I'm actually out of order with this Hundo. I've not done Bianco Hundo in a little bit. Or at least not Bianco 3 Hundo. Not really. Just bring these pirate chickens. So there's an alternate route you could take that Side Williams has created. It is better, but you do have to be good at this game to make it optimal. I'm gonna try to grab this water refill. Oops. Yeah, I kind of got off track with this Hundo. I actually don't know what happened. Should still be second to 100, unless someone's been grinding it. In that case, they deserve it. I just did this backwards. Which means I need to quickly grab this. Yeah, not going to be making Bianco 15 from 3 location. It's just a bit too low, and we're going to be going to both Rico and Pinna. Pinna's a good 15 from 3 location because of the links. Oh, probably going to be better for that. Rico's just these guys. I never remember when these things spawn. Alright, a little bit of a Actually, the gameplay wasn't really bad there, but I just chose like a really weird route for that. And by accident. Not a big deal, but get over. That is going to be one of 200 coin shines we're doing in this run today. And with that, our first click on the board and the end of my time in Bingothon. So we will go unlock Rico. We're going to be going to Rico right away, I think. Typically in speedruns, you would just do Rico back into Bianco, but I am officially done with Bianco here, so no reason to continue that. We're going to be routing in a blue coin here. So I'm definitely going to be making Delfino one of my 15 for 3. But typically, anyways, you want to route in 3s in here. Just a really easy blue you can get. Doesn't lose you anytime besides the half of a second for button pressing. There we go. And we will be going straight to Rico here. Alright, so Rico, our main primary focus here is going to be Rico hidden. So in non-lockout, you want to look for things that'll give you kind of some sort of benefit. Like, you don't want to just do Rico hidden purely to do 3 shines, but typically what you want to look for here is what can you kind of get out of those 3 shines. And in this case, we actually get quite a bit of value out of it. We get a 15 from 3 location. We're going to need to enter Rico 1 for our own anyway. Besides that, not a lot in our favor here. We at least get something for our time. We're going to need the boss, so Rico 1 at the minimum. Pretty much had what we've done. So I'm going to be routing in as many blues as I can here. We're going to be getting the link during the fight. Okay. Dropping a spin is very classic in this. Happens to the best of us. And the worst of us, but also the best of us. And so one habit I have, I'm very bad at remembering the blues I have. Ooh, that is an angle. So I might have to Z you to see how many blues I need. So I'm going to be at 8. I need to be at a total of 22. 22 blue coins when I leave here. Granted, we're not going to be doing all of Rico right now. Just for micro routing purposes, I will be going to Gelato into the 5 shines. You typically want to try to unlock worlds as best as you can as well, so you don't waste a beat. So I'm going to do the link here. Saves a little bit of time. It's a marginal amount of time. This really saves. It is something. There we go. That is 3 out. Okay. There's 3 out of the 8 required links. 8 links is kind of a tough one because you have to visit basically every world or go to Bianco 6 or Bianco 7, Noki 6, or 7. And those are not the most common worlds in the world, but if you visit every world, you can get 8 links. So we're visiting most worlds here. The only place I don't directly need a shine from is Gelato, but I'm gonna have to enter Gelato anyway for the link. It is kind of an unfortunate incident, but I will be getting the hidden shines. We have 30 shines in your route. In my route, I don't know if I said your route. We have 30 shines in our route, so doing a Gelato hidden shine is very quick. So let's just get Rico 2. Unfortunately, I kind of screwed up, and I should have gotten 1 more blue than I didn't in Rico 1, so I will have to go out of my way for a blue. But we can do that during the Rico hidden shine. These are the blues you typically get in Rico 2. in bingo specifically, in 120 you get all this during hundreds usually, and the water leaves and the blue shines. Just some very quick blues. And that's kind of the thing with blues. Blues are very interesting because it's like, they do make your route a lot slower. Like, I've had routes that are like 25 shines before. I had one the other day. But there was like 40 blues in the route, so I actually got a pretty decent time on it still. And thankfully with this route, there's really not that many blues we need. We'll probably total like close to 60, which is still kind of high. But, you know, in non-lockouts, you could typically see it to 80 or even more. 2 here. 18. I'm not washed. Let's go. Actually, it's not that great. Like, well, I mean, like, it's good, but, like, I don't think it's an indicator that I'm not washed. But I'm confident. Yeah, see, that's one thing with bingo, is we don't necessarily have defined routes for, like, kind of niche stuff, like 15 Rico Blues in Rico 1 and 2. There are 15 Rico Blues routes. So it is the type of thing that there are a lot of different routes that need to be, like, theorized, especially with 12 and 5. It's another blue coin goal we have that I don't think anyone really has routes for 12, to be honest. There are individual routes, like there'll be one for Rico 1, but in terms of like going to Rico 1 and 2, it's not that. So there's a lot of stuff that we need to work on. I worked on a little bit of it. I do need to do the change in ceiling. Hey, you know what? I did develop the pin of 12 and 2. There's that. So we're going to be going to Gelato Beach here. Not going to be doing anything besides just getting the hidden and the linked here. I basically have to enter this anyway for the linked. And then getting the hidden shine is quick. We'll be doing that. So let's go get this linked pair here. And 8 links works pretty well for this sort of route. This is like the only shine I would have to go out of my way for. Like if you're doing a 1 for each route, 8 links is a godsend. Even 5 links. I think it might be 6 in non-lockout, I don't remember. I should know. I'm the non-lockout balancing guy. But you know what? Sometimes you just don't. I'm gonna try a little strat here. I usually get. Okay, Marathon Curse, I did not get it. It's a pretty cool roll but not really good. Alright, so we'll grab the shine. And we are about to do 2 of the worst blue coins in SMS history. So we'll get that started in just a moment here. 4 Fruit Ladies does add quite a bit to the route. So we're going to be doing 2 out of the 4 right now. It's about 3 minutes, probably, when all's said and done. But it is a neutral goal in the sense that you can do it on any card. So it's a good goal in non-lockout for that reason. I might go into the water. Might bounce off the walls. I think there is a non-negligible chance that bounced off into the wall. We'll see. It didn't. I didn't see it over there though, so might not be too good. Okay, so Durian hates me. Confirmed. Maybe knocking these up. We're doing a little bingo strat here, because I will be going for 15 Delfino Blues. So you want to go here, pause, and we can get this blue. Where did that pineapple go? It'd be cooler if I went there. So let's get these over there. This lady's kind of in the way. Okay, that lady ruined the run. Thank you. I blame that lady entirely. Should barely have enough time to go get another durian though. Should be fine. Fruit ladies are kind of notorious for being one of the most difficult... Oh my goodness. One of the most difficult aspects of SMS. With practice, though, they're not like the hardest things I know what to do. With nerfs, you know, things can happen. So, this. I'm just gonna be safe and do these too early because they will despawn, and we will make a trek on back. Thanks to this NPC just strolling on by here. Got another one. Fire Pianta in the distance. We'll be coming back for him later. This lady is bullying me, and I'm not okay with it. Okay. So, through the trials and tribulations there, we are good. And now we'll be doing all of our Pianta shines. Now you might think it's a little weird to do all 6 of the Pianta shines in one go. So there's actually some cutscene routing logic we're going to talk about here. So you're going to see shortly. I jump to the pipe, it goes right away. After we unlock Pinna, which will be a 10 shines, there will be actually a 3-second cutscene every time you jump into Pianta. So it actually balances each other out if I were to do all the Pianta shines right here as opposed to later. So we're just going to be doing all 6 of them in one swoop. I do not need Yoshi for anything. Now, you might think 6 Pianta shines is kind of a short, and it is. But you're going to find on average that Pianta shines are actually pretty quick compared to most shines in SMS, which makes it not like the biggest deal in the world. In fact, one thing we could do is probably route 15 here, because we're going to be going to a lot of levels where blues are easy. So I'm actually going to put this on, making like a 15.3 location here. So we'll have Pinna, we'll have a, I guess we're going to end up having Rico, Pianta. Oh wait, I was going to do that. Pinna probably would be better, just because of the links. So, but I mean, it's really, you know, splitting hairs, to be honest with you. The thing with Pianta is there's lots of blues you can get with basically no work. So you could probably go either way on that. So I think I'll hold off on the 15 and just do that in good old Pinna. I apologize for the routing miscalculation there. I know it's unacceptable. So I guess I'll show off a new piece of tech that's been discovered. This is not really a bingo strat, this is a any percent strat. So don't peepo leave on me here, but I've never practiced this, by the way. It's not like run ending or anything, don't worry. But basically, talk to this sign, and then face Piantissimo a certain way, makes the text go by faster. I've never practiced this. I don't really know the angle, but I pretty much have to go for this. Go for some sign tech. I think it's like right. I think it's this angle. I did not do it correctly. Sad. Sad day for society here. Yeah, there's like a certain angle you have to face it in. Alright, so next up we're going to be looking at Pianta 3 damage list. That will be our second click. Pianta 3 damage list is not the easiest shine in the world to do. It's not necessarily like the most challenging. But I'm a little out of practice these days, so who knows how this will go. I certainly don't. But let's give it a whirl. Give it a good old whirl here. There's 2 strats you can go. Actually, 3 strats, really. We're going to be going for the fastest. Gonna be doing that momentum spin there. Oh, that's tragic. I didn't make it, unfortunately. Now I would be dying, sadly. Hate to see it. So with a glitchy wall kick, I could have probably saved that, but I thought I made it. So, I think the game is scamming me. No, it's my fault, problem. It's not an easy trick. A little, difficult. But we're gonna get it. We have plenty of lives, so should be good. Although, who knows? Maybe we will not. Okay, little suspect, but we made it. Second time is the charm. Still gotta be careful when you're up here, though, because there's little chickens who hang around and poop on you. In this case, it's definitely not. It is definitely. It's definitely a hard. It's with practice. It's one of those things that you could, you know, sort of reliably do consistently, but you're always gonna have, you know, days where you're either not practiced or you're just like not feeling it. Like even when I'm the most practiced on that trick, there are times I'll just mess it up. It's like one of those tricks where you'll think about it really hard as you're doing it, and then tragedy will strike your family. So it's not fun. But we continue onward here. Going to be wrapping up our Pinata Shines very shortly. By very shortly, I mean we have 3 more shines to go. So there's a multitude of other strats you could do in Pinata 3 damage list. One is taking the river to the right of me. And that's pretty safe. You get 2 blue coins for doing it, so it's not too bad, honestly. Honestly, in non-lockout, it's even better. Because in lockout, you kind of have to worry about, you know, racing to that goal. So the time saving is a little more important. We'll be getting our linked during Pinata 6, so we're going to hold off on getting the linked pair still for a little bit longer here. So, we will get that shortly. We're at 10 shines, so theoretically we could go on Pinata now. But, as said, doesn't matter at this point. In terms of cutscenes, it'll break even because we don't have a pipe cutscene. So, you know, it saves more time to just do it now, so you don't have to climb all the way back up. So we'll do this. Piano 5 is, it's not like one of the most challenging shines, but it is tough to do fast. See how this goes here. Should be fine, but if I get good RNG, let's see what can. And this is where moments like being a prior any percent player does come in handy. I used to do any percent. That's actually how I started playing this, and that's before I realized Bingo was better. So we'll see if I can get early cycle here, is what it's called. I'm a little washed up at the shine. Small guy. Ooh, okay, that is little suspect, but we should be fine. Oh, okay, well, I think I could have gotten an early cycle with that, but I'm just happy I didn't die, to be honest. Mainly that angle down there was kind of tough. We're good. We're all good here. I'm mainly just honestly happy I didn't die, because that's pretty much as close as you could make it. So we're gonna route in our last linked in Pinata 6. Other than that, it's not the quickest shine in the world, but do have to do a 6 shine. It is gonna be faster than the alternative, which would be Pinata 5R. Or they might break even, but there's really no value in Pinata 5R over 6, plus it adds a shine scroll. You gotta think about these like small things. Like you might be like, oh, a shine scroll, like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really, but you know, it's still like half a second you want to think about or whatever. You know, every little bit helps in trying to get a good time. I'm very, very much about those little tiny optimizations. I have a term for it. I use in SMS a lot called micro routing. I actually stole it from another commentator, but I just said it so often that people attribute it to me, so it's kind of become my phrase now. So I'll take it. Alright, so honestly, Pinata 6 probably would make this a decent 15. Oops, I'm doing the wrong 20 by accident. Pianta 6 probably would have made us probably a better 50-50 rotation than Rico the more I think about it. I don't think it's like too big of a deal. Too threw me off there. So we're gonna get this length now. And that will be our, I believe, 5th linked pair. So, doing a little bit of off-the-cuff movement here. It's definitely kind of movement you would only see in Bingo. It's kind of a hybrid between 80% and 120, down to 6. So we don't need to get the 4 points from these guys. And that puts us at 5. It's gonna be kind of tough to do any early unlocks from here, so just play it safe. Oop, I'm sorry I didn't get burned alive there. Alright. And it's like, you know, you look at normal times, it's maybe like 20 seconds off of what I would normally get in Pianta 6, and that's really not a horrible price to pay for a length pair. In my opinion, at least. So it does work out quite nicely for us. So we'll get our 6th Pianta Shine. For that doors. And we will be on our way to pin it here. Very shortly. I'll route in a few blues just on the way. I'm gonna have to Z menu again. There's just to see how many more blues we need. We're at 8, so we're gonna need 7 more. Okay, don't know what I just did there. Okay, that was movement. Here we got Fire Piantas. Shout out to PK, SMS player who made the Fire Piantas popular. Even inspired an entire emote around it. Okay. Blue. Gonna go for some kind of tricky stuff here. If I could spin jump, I would we could start. This is called Jelly Skip 1. Oops. Okay. I mean, typically that's called Jelly Skip 1, but we call that a failure, unfortunately. Normally you need Yoshi to get this. Okay. Not the easiest trick in the world. But now I'm committed. Now I have to do it. You know, instead of... There we go. We're gonna be trying a trick here that I'm not very good at. Okay, I messed it up. Basically, if you get that blue coin, sometimes you can activate something called movie skip. If a save text box pops up. It's been made a little more consistent by runners. And it basically just skips this cutscene. It's an alternative to movie skip. Movie skip theoretically would be more optimal for Bingo, so it's something I really need to sit down and practice and learn and all that. But until then, I will try. I get it sometimes. I do get it sometimes. There is a setup that's sort of more optimal in terms of getting it consistently. So just gotta hone into that, learn it one day. Yeah, I didn't get... Movie skip is... It's not an easy trick. It's not like the hardest trick in the world, but it's not easy. So we're gonna go for a decent majority of our blues in pin 1 here. There are blues you can get in pin 2, and I'll probably grab at least a few of them. But gonna be going for at least a handful here. Things bird wants to cooperate. Birds are famously known for being the most annoying SMS enemies. That's cool. Pin blues are very quick. I love when I get to do pin blues because it's just stupidly fast. This level is not huge. So thankfully you can wrap around it without any real problems. It's not like Bianco Hills, that's 3 times bigger. And there, gotta be careful or else we will activate the cutscene. And you can see we're almost done with this portion. Nowhere near 15, of course. Okay. This blue kind of sucks all the way back here, but I'll still go for it. I don't know why. Sometimes you just gotta do it. And you'll see in a second that I have a very bad habit of not checking my blue counts before entering the world. So, I will say this, that is not just a marathon nerds thing. I do that all the time. If you ever watch like any of my videos, I'm Z-menuing frequently. I do get roasted for it. Do I deserve to be roasted for it? Probably. I did get the link still, so I'm gonna get this in a second. Pretty darn good too. Nope, no, it's just a thing, and now I didn't get the regrab. It looked like it was. Yeah, so looking at the time right now, we're about 40 minutes in. This is not necessarily a great non-lockout time, but in my defense, this is not a card that really provides you with great non-lockout times. So that is why I set a pretty generous estimate for this. Sometimes you get cards like this. So I'd say we're probably going to be aiming for like a sub 105 here. So the music stops here. Kind of forgot to route these clues in a little bit. All that. We can route in the O blues during pin of 3 a little bit nicer. I'm going to have to hold off on that. I'm going to Z-menu here. And that puts us at a 11 blues. So not too bad. Means I'm going to go for... Okay. I'll go for 2 blues in pin of 2, and then I'll get the O's in pin of 3. Alternatively speaking, I could just do some pin of 3 blues just to get a few extra blues, but perhaps round us to a trade if we need to get 30 shines. The world is your oyster. Alright. Continuing onward here. I will move my mic a little closer. Setup is a little scuffed. Not gonna lie. I think what I'll most likely do is just go for all the blues in pin of 3. Don't think I need to go for the pin of 2 blues, actually. So you can kind of hear my brain, you know, thinking about how to route even the smallest of blues here. Because I'm always thinking about that stuff when I play on Lockout. Kind of just verbalizing it, but... So pin of 2, one of the easier secrets. Okay, nothing too challenging here. Probably the easiest secret, honestly. And so next up we got our Pinna Hidden Shine. So Pinna doesn't provide us a ton of value here, but 8 links, Pinna Hidden, unique boss, 15 from 3. Pinna does provide value initially, but not every shine is really going to give us that much, and that's just kind of how it is sometimes. Not every shine is going to be the best. I'll go for the hard strats in Pinna 2R. I've never really been that good at them, but this is a marathon. I do believe in what this marathon's promoting, so I gotta go all out for the fans. That is not gonna work. It was a good first 5 coins, and then I kind of stumbled into this. That's a very hard strat. Requires a lot of practice, which I don't necessarily do these days. Glad it wasn't a disaster, honestly. Sometimes not a disaster is good enough for me. So gonna be heading on. Oh, I forgot to click. So that's another thing we guess we could talk about, because it's kind of funny that I forgot to click that there. In non-lockout, we kind of have like a gentleman's rule, where we always want people to click their goals as we play. There's some runners, like, long before I was even in the community that would, like, delay all their goals, delay till the end. We typically, you know, we like to ask our runners not to do that. Now, granted, unintentional delays happen, as you just saw. I just forgot to click my goal for a second. You know, it's not like either really is punished, but we just kind of ask the runners in general, you know, just click your goals. It's kind of bad sportsmanship to wait, you know, super long. Because basically, there's no point. All your routes should be decided by 44 minutes in, and if they're not, what are you doing? Oh, that's... Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't want that blue anyway. Yeah. Fine by me. Blue is lame. Oh. I almost had a soft lock there, not gonna lie. We avoided it, so that's good. We should be more than 5 fine here, but I'll get this blue anyway. I'm gonna be trying to get to blues to get to 60, because I do think I'm gonna need to... I think I am gonna have to consider a trade to get to 30 shines as a final goal. I don't mind being a little over. This is a good point to route in the O's. You're already up high. So this will be our 8th linked pair. One of the goals we worked pretty hard for. This. Oops. Alright. So not the smoothest gameplay by me, admittedly. But it happens. So what are you gonna do? Alrighty, so pin of 4. Speaking of forgetting to click goals. See, I did it again. But pin of 4 is a goal we basically, or a shine we basically have to do here, due to turn of 3 at no clipping. That is going to require Yoshi. Yoshi goals are a very prominent thing to consider in non-lockout. They typically appear on basically every card. So even something like 3 turbos, if you get Yoshi now, then you'll be able to access a Delfino turbo later. But you have to have Yoshi to do it. So pin of 4 is a shine that a lot of people end up doing in bingos. Not always, but I'd say probably like 60% of the time. And this guy didn't wake up. Sleepy. It's me on a Monday morning, or every morning, honestly. Get as many as we can here, but we'll have to do 2 cycles. So, yeah. Going to Rico after this, and that's kind of one thing with non-lockout that's always pretty funny, is like we started, you know, Rico like a half hour ago, probably more than that. We're just gonna be going back to it to finish it. That's how it is with non-lockout. Like, optimally speaking, it's better to do that at this point than it was right away. And you know, that's kind of the thing with these, is like you may as well just push it off to save a few seconds, because non-lockout especially is more about, you know, optimizing your time. So, we'll make a brief pit stop, though, before we go back to Rico. We're going to be meeting one of our fruit ladies. Still in need of fruit. We're doing a little Beyblade off of this. It's not a great Beyblade, but you know what? It was a Beyblade. So... Okay, so Coconut Lady's not too bad. Mostly just the location is the most annoying part. But if you can do it in between Rico, it is pretty prime time. Prime Fruit Lady season. As long as you don't throw it over the basket. Yeah, I'm a little too far away with my throws there. A little practice on this as well. So let me look at the blue count one more time. So put us at 13. we don't need to get the sewer blue that's around here, because there are 2 more blues that I can envision us getting in Delfino. So let's go back to Rico. Let's finish up our business. Do it to get 1 more blue coin here, due to my misrouting earlier. So it's kind of fun when almost something like this happens, because it's like, how can you route in 1 singular blue and be, you know, quick about it? So I'm gonna guess the best thing I could do here is just go for this. And we will struggle our way all the way to the end. Now, was that optimal? Probably not. But it was a blue. And that's kind of the thing with non-lockouts, is backups are huge. You really want to have a lot of good backups in your arsenal. So, oops. Don't know what movement that is, but alright. So I'll see if I can get an 18 again here. Better. Probably not. Alright, we still did it. I could have cut the corner there a little sharper too. But that is our Rico Hidden Shine. And now we will be going to our second to last level here, being Serena Beach. And it is good also that we unlocked Yoshi, because not having Yoshi and having to go to Serena, it is possible that you have to do something called Serena Whenevers with a banana clip, and it's not like the worst thing in the world. It is pretty easy with practice, but it adds a lot of time, and you don't want to have it. So this will make this shine a little bit more of a smooth breeze here. I'm gonna route in one of our last Delfino Blues here with Yoshi. All but the little things that can help you there. Alright. So we will be 1 blue away from 15 for free worlds. And again, it's something funny with Unlock. It's like, I literally am 1 blue away. I'm going to be sitting on that for another 10 minutes or so. But that is just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Alright, so going to be doing a little bit of Serena here. It's going to be so we can get 5 Serena Shines, Serena 3 clipping, and 2 unique bosses. King Boo is a unique boss, and I'm utilizing that in this instance because I was so starved for a route that I didn't know what else to do, to be honest. But King Boo's a lot more viable in non-lockout than he is in lockout. A little more common, you'll do Deep Serena, although I do think Deep Serena could use a buff, to be honest with you. I don't think it's actually gone to at all right now in non-lockout, which I think should be changed. And it's funny that I'm like, oh, it should be changed, because I literally organized the patches for non-lockout. So, you know, whose fault is that? It's technically mine. And Bread Ghosts and Deathlines, but also mine. Mostly. Okay, I used to be good at the Shine. I used to have a top 3 time on the Shine, and I didn't even practice it. I just got good at spin. Unfortunately, times are hard, and I'm not as good as I used to be. But another instance of being good at any percent can really help you in this category window. Have to get some more water here. So Serena is also just super, super hard. We're going to be going to 2 secrets coming up here. Alright, that wasn't horrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. I'd say that was probably like a 240. And we're not gonna have a little click for a little bit more. Probably about 2 more shines. Being Serena 3 no clipping, which I'm really glad we're gonna have to do, because that is a non-lockout exclusive goal. Unless it's in 2v2 still, which I don't remember, to be completely honest. That I don't do balancing for, so I wouldn't know. But it might still be a 2v2, but I don't remember. off the top of my head, but it's definitely not in lockout anymore. So you guys are gonna get to see a little treat here. You're gonna get to see a shine that is not really done anymore at all. Serena 3, no clipping. I don't remember if that's in 2v2 or not. But first we have to do Serena 2, which is one of the hardest shines in the game, in my opinion. I've always considered this the hardest secret. I think it is harder than Noki 6. Not really hard to do, just from the perspective of nerves. I think I did the right movement there. Yeah, I don't think it's a 2v2 rule anymore. I'm pretty sure this is a non-lockout remnant. We do have a few goals from like the olden days of non-lockout still in here that are just kind of classics. Another one of those is Rico 6 blooperless. We're just not going to remove. We're just not going to do it. So we're doing some spinny jumps here. Oh, angles. Alrighty. Hardest jump coming up here. So every time I do that nowadays, because I only do Serena 2 and Serena 4 and Bingos nowadays, I've not ran RTA in this game for like maybe a year and a half at this point. I think that's correct. I've not ran this game in like a year and a half consistently. So I only do Serena 2 and 4 in Bingos, basically every shine in Bingos nowadays. So you have no idea how nervous and tense I am when I have to do something like skill intensive. It is it's not fun to have to think about, but we survived. I made it look easy, hopefully. And now we will be doing Serena 3 no clipping, which is a non-lockout exclusive. So we will have to basically, Yoshi wants pineapple here, and we're gonna have to go the long way to grab the pineapple. You typically could door clip, but that is banned per the no clipping laws. And typically you just use a banana clip to skip this entire thing, period. So we gotta do the casual method. So anyone, I don't know if you guys played this game as a kid, but I remember having to do this a lot as a kid and getting really frustrated with it. So hopefully this brings back nostalgia for someone out there. Always brings back a little bit of nostalgia for me. And here we have the pineapple for Mr. Yoshi. And from there, we just gotta go up and get to the shrine. Pretty good movement, honestly, for this shine that no one cares about. But it's one of those things also in non-lockout where I do this shine a lot, just purely in non-lockout, so I've kind of gotten good at it without even practicing, just off of that. Unfortunately, we will not be bringing Yoshi with us. You know what? This is for the fans. We're bringing Yoshi with us, alright? This is about charity and everything, and I don't care about... We gotta have Yoshi with us. We gotta promote this wholesomeness, this animation they programmed for when you're with Yoshi and Mario and Shine. It just had to be done. So I'll take the 6-second time loss or whatever that was. So alright. There's 2 more shines in Serena and 1 more shine in Noki. Unfortunately, all 3 are fairly long shines. So, apologies for using up a lot of our time slot here, but that is also why you always suggest a long time, like a long estimate instead of a short one, because you never know. You could roll a card that is basically unworkable, like I just did. And then what? You gotta be prepared. But, you know, we got to spend a little more time. We get to watch a little more SMS. It's always fun. This trick I'm very bad at, and I'm very sad I have to do it in this. Okay, I got it fine there. But I've been, like, very out of practice with Casino Skip, which is what that's called, and I cannot do it anymore. And I don't know why. That is like the one trick I did not retain from my speedrunning days. But you have to do it. You have to do it. And that's the thing with bingo, as I'm saying. I would really like to promote getting some late Serena goals more. We really don't have a lot of late Serena at the moment, which you could argue is a good thing, just because it is kind of a pain to get to. Okay, gonna be doing another spin jump there. Really didn't need to do that. It just adds a lot of risk to the run. But I went for it just for fun. Alright. So, we got... I'm glad we have Juan in the chat for this, because King Boo is quite the shine to get to do in a bingo. You don't see it every day. It's not, like, super rare, but you don't see it every day. Especially not in the current non-lockout meta. It is a goal by itself, but it doesn't usually correlate that well on the card. So, we'll see how RNG treats us here. Last time I did King Boo, I got perfect RNG, so there's a chance. Oh yeah, I am... Wait, I'm not clicking 15 Rico Blues. I have 15 from 3 that I'm focusing on. So I'm doing column 1, column 3, row 3. Or row 1, excuse me. Keep it, yeah, okay. Yeah. It's fair. It's funny because I was talking about 15, like it was something I was going to go for, but... For the wrong goal. Alright, so this is going to be a perfect King Boo. I'm going to get perfect RNG. And because I said that out loud, it's going to happen. It did not happen. Sadly. Okay, question mark means you are guaranteed fruit, so feel free to always set up. Unfortunately, the purple is 20 miles away there. There's a great video on King Boo if anyone's ever interested on it, done by Average Trey, who played King Boo for like a year, I think, maybe a little less, to IL it. There's a trick you can do here, just a lot of the time. I don't know how to do that, so I'm not going to do it. But it's pretty rare that it works out. Okay. So far not too bad. Just one extra at the start. The average is about 1. Okay. Okay. That was a ghost pepper. Get it? No pun intended, but that was a ghost pepper. Actually, fully pun intended there. Let's not lie. That's a good pun. That's too good of a pun. Alrighty. Thankfully, though, King Boo has been reinstated in Lockout for patch 5? It's either patch 4 or 5. I don't remember which patch we're on, to be honest. Okay. If I could dive into any fruit, that'd be cool. Alrighty. That is King Boo down and accounted for. So we're going to be able to click 2 goals here. This is 5 Serena Shines, and that is our 5th unique boss. So we got 3 goals out of Serena. Slow shines, but it happens. This is, as I said, so usually I'll say this, I average a lot better times on non-lockouts, but this is a really difficult card, and a lot of rows are just big investments. So this is one of those cards where that is not as feasible. But typically a non-lockout I do is anywhere in the 50s range. World record is 49.30 by me, but I don't grind cards too often for non-lockout. I think we're just all getting bad cards today. But, you know, honestly, it's more content for the marathon, so it's like, is it really that bad to get a card like this? I don't know. I've enjoyed my time today. Personally. Okay. I don't know what's happening here. So now we will be doing Noki 1/100s. We have 15 from 3 and 4 Fruit Ladies now. I'm going to be aiming to get 4 blue coins if possible during this hundo. If you guys want to know how bad this card is, by the way, I think this is probably on pace to be one of my worst non-lockouts. If you just look at time, obviously in the context of the card, it's pretty good. I would argue, unless there's a route I'm not thinking of. There probably could be a better route that I forget, like, just not thinking about right now. That's kind of the difficult conundrum with non-lockouts. Is like you're like, oh wow, this is such a bad time. But like in the context of the card, I think it was pretty decent. To be honest with you, I'll have to definitely take another look at this and see if there's something better it could have done. And that's something I always do with non-lockouts. Is kind of think about it through, maybe post it in the Bingo Discord, and we have an SMS Bingo Discord. Feel free to join. No shameless promotion or anything. But I think I'm a little over in points. But sometimes I'll post it there, kind of get some feedback on it. So this might be one of those cards. Did I do that for? Yeah, gonna be aiming to get 5 blue points here, just so we can round out and get to 60. In retrospect, one thing I could have done better was getting the Pianta 2 blues instead of doing the sign tech. And those blues would have lost me enough time. But it's kind of hard to anticipate how many shines you're gonna need at a certain point to get to 30. Kind of just underestimated. So, thankfully we can get most of it pretty quickly here. Got one coming up right here. So Noki 1/100s, it's always nice to have hundreds you can do in episode 1. I think you can do hundos in every episode 1, besides Pinna. Yeah, I think besides Pinna, and that's it. So it's always nice to have those. They're kind of a neutral goal. That being said, a goal like Rico 1/100s or Bianca 1/100s are pretty slow. Same with Serena 1/100s. So a lot of these are slow, but they, you know, if you practice them, they're really not that bad. This is not. That being said, this is not necessarily a practiced Noki 1/100. Wasn't too bad either. No major flubs. I do love 100 coin shines, so I'm always glad when I get to an excuse to do them. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. So honestly, this card is not the worst card I've played, but you know, sometimes you just gotta deal with a card like this and kind of make do with it. There might have been some better route. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a better route on here that I wasn't thinking of, but I don't know. I don't see it. So last thing we gotta do here is trade, and we will be at a good old 30 shines. I'm not gonna be getting a 1 of 6 here. So let's trade. Alright. The thing with the deep Bianca route is like row 2 is like, ugh, how do you get 5 uniques with that? And then 4 red coin episodes doesn't even work with column 2, so it's like, ugh, it's just hard. But I guess that is GG's. And yeah, I don't know if I have anything really left to say about this card that I have not said over the course of the last hour and 7 minutes. But I do want to say thank you to Bingothon for having me. I'm a moderator of the SMS Bingo community, and we're so happy to have our continued partnership with Bingothon that I try to always be involved to some degree with the marathon. I always like to submit something. And I'm more than happy to be here, and I'm glad they always have us back. Feel free to check out the SMS Bingo Discord if you like. We are planning some tournaments for the new year. And yeah, that's all I have left to say. So thank you, Bingothon, and everyone support this charity.
All right, thank you very much once again to Jeff for bringing us that fantastic run of Super Mario Sunshine. It's always a pleasure to see it here on the Bingothon channel. We will be back in just a few short moments with another Nintendo classic. It's Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Lockout Bingo, Riddlesk vs. Vicious. Look forward to it and don't go anywhere.
Peggy 16.
But on this ascending path of penitence, the arch confraternity awaits you. Those penitents that the miracle itself took as its sentinels now await your arrival. Orospina, the confraternity of embroiderers. Benedicta, of the confraternity of endless orison. Odon, of the confraternity of salt. Lesmes, of the confraternity of incorruptible flesh. All under the dictate of the oldest penitent, Eviterno, father of the penitents.
We already knew about the cancer-fighting potential of the T cell. So some of our researchers asked, well, what if we trained T cells to already see cancers that they can't see? And that's where adoptive T cell therapy came in. And there's two different flavors of it. One is you adjust it to be able to see tumors based on what their internal makeup is. And then another one is you adapt it to be able to attach to the surface of any tumor based on what's on the outside. And that's what CAR T therapy is. And we've had a lot of success with CAR T cells in blood cancers. But the question is solid tumor. And solid tumor is a little bit trickier because solid tumors sort of are built into tissue and co-opt other parts of the body for its protection and can do really strange things in certain regards. So the next stage is trying to understand what are those specific differences in the different solid tumors that we can arm the T cells to better infiltrate the tumor and last when it is in the tumor for a longer time to destroy the tumor completely. It's different for different tumors. And so really understanding what is that makeup. And that's where some of the fundamental research comes. How do we recreate those models of those tumors in non-human cells to really understand what happens to an immune cell when it gets into the zone of a tumor? How is it being shut down? And what could we give it as an assist?
Ahoy there, ye scurvy landlubbers of the Bingothon crowd! 'Tis a fine day out here on the treacherous waters, and we be celebrating in this event 5 years of plundering the seven seas, in which time we've looted fair over $28,000 of fine glimmering booty. I hope that you're all enjoying this wonderful event that we're putting on for the lovely ship Fred Hutch and his dutiful goals of taking down that scurvy dog known as cancer. Alright, we'll be back in just a few short moments now with the greatest thing that you've seen since Davy Jones first put someone to his locker. That'll be Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, a lockout bingo by Ridolsk and Vicious. Vicious is what I like to hear. Alright, I'd best scuttle along before the King's men find me. Good day to all!